time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone, bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews, and weekly giveaways. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back, Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Bryant Falconer, co-host of Cigar Talk, right here in the studio. How you doing tonight, Bryant?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, bro.
Awesome, man. Had a good week?
Yeah.
I know, I apologize I wasn't able to meet you at the Leaf today. I had a late night, but anyway, I know that you were there all day. You got together with your fraternity brothers.
Yes.
So how was that?
Man, that was good. It was an opportunity to come together, talk about some things. We're going to do some community.
And y'all smoked cigars.
Smoked the shit out of some cigars.
Yeah.
Drank some whiskey. Jay blessed us with a bottle.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah.
That Jay, man.
Dude.
Yeah, that Jay, man.
Dude, bro.
So, anyway, we'll get a little bit back to the Leaf here in a bit, but let's talk about what we're smoking. I'm going to let you go
Most
first.
definitely. Monte Cristo by A.J. Fernandez, baby.
Well, it says by A.J. Fernandez, but how did you come by it?
Hey.
Sean O'Connor. You know,
Thank you, bro.
Did you see
Thank
I
you, bro.
posted a picture of the bag?
Yeah.
Because it says for Bryant, and then there's a sticky note
No,
that
there's
says...
two sticky notes.
Yeah, but there's one that says, not for you, Rob, and then another one says, keep your hands off of this bag.
Yeah. Then he gave me a list of what was in there. So in case someone didn't follow instructions on the two sticky notes, check your list.
Well, you know what's funny?
What's that?
Is I was talking to Sean in the Discord this morning, and I posted that picture, and I said, you think I would smoke Bryant cigars? And his response was, you smoked mine.
You tell the truth. Tell the
He
truth.
was like,
You smoke mine, let alone anybody
that
else's.
Davidoff special stick. Because I didn't realize that. And I just completely forgot. But he had sent us a 5-pack of those.
Yes.
And I gave you one, and I smoked the rest. Because when I saw the bag, I was like, well, already I'm going to get 3. Bryant's getting 2. And I was like, what's one more? He ain't going to notice.
He won't know.
So then when Sean comes down to visit, he's like, hey, man, we're going to smoke those Davidoffs together. And I was like, oh, dude, I smoked those weeks ago.
They're gone. Wait a minute. One of those was mine. Nope.
I said, really? And he's like, dude,
He was like,
I
nah.
sent you this message right here.
He did not say, really. He said, nope. It's mine, and it's gone.
So anyway, Sean, when he sends things, he packs it up right. And, dude,
He labels it. he gives itemized shipping list. These were in there. Now I don't have to go to my insurance agent because something is missing. Because you know that's a conversation you got to have with Rob. What's up, bruh?
I don't think I'm digging this.
Why not?
Put it over here for a minute. This? Are you digging it? You're digging it?
I am too.
I don't know, man. It's the first drink. I thought, well, that's kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
And that time it was different again, but not different in a good way.
It was different. It's floral to me.
It is floral.
I'm
it's
not tasting
very floral.
I'm not tasting any maple. None of that.
It's not earthy at all.
But it's a good step away from what we used to drinking. And that's what I'm looking. I'm like, this is good. It's not phenomenal.
If I want to step away, I'll do some tequila shots.
I'm glad you said something that was PG-13.
No, I mean, you know what? I'm not a big fan of floral.
Well, we're noticing.
Yeah.
Because the look you had on your face, yeah, he had it on you at that time. I'm like, what's up, bro?
I was like,
what's up?
You know, I mean, it's like I'm eating grass.
No, I'm not getting that.
With like some
I'm not getting that at all.
Like lawn grass.
No, I'm still not getting that.
And then what's those like honeysuckles? That's the one I mainly get is the honeysuckle.
I could taste that, but as far as the grass,
well,
no.
fresh cut green grass.
No, bro.
No?
It's only you. The haircut got you going.
Woo! Hey, I did get a new haircut because Jax was giving me shit. He was like, dude.
He wasn't the only one. You just listened to him.
Maybe that's true.
Because I've been looking at you for the last 3 weeks like, damn, what you going to do, bro? I got mine cut. You still sitting there. I'm like, ooh, can't say nothing about me.
For a minute, I thought I might decide just to grow it out.
No.
And what I realized?
What's that?
I'm 52.
Thank you.
Ain't happening.
Stay there.
Right. I was like, grow it out for what?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the
I'm
cut.
not Samson.
Compared to the last show, looking that way,
Yeah.
it looks a lot better. There's a prop that's missing and a haircut.
Hey, so
Oh,
Jax
Lord.
was like, dude, you got to fix your hair.
I had to look. It's over
It's
there.
over there.
Okay.
But Jax was like, dude, you got to fix your hair when you're on the show. And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
look
letting it grow
presentable.
out.
Nah.
So, but I'm going to continue to drink this, but I'm smoking. And maybe it's the pairing that's not well.
That's true, too.
Because this is very leathery, earthy. So maybe that's really
That's where the grass is coming.
Well, maybe this is accentuating that honeysuckle.
I have earthy.
Are you getting honeysuckle out of this?
I have earthy.
And a
And
violet,
foliage.
like a violet. Yeah, very floral, but I think it's like honeysuckle with the violet mixed in, or maybe some lavender. Lavender, that's it right there.
100% on the lavender.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't like lavender.
Okay, then that's not for you.
All right, here, pass that over here, and because it's all purified. So anyway, I'm smoking.
Alcohol is all purified.
Yeah, it's alcohol. So I'm smoking the Viva La Vida Jester. Great smoke, man. I've been tearing these little dudes up.
Yeah.
I've been tearing these
Viva
little
La
dudes
Vida,
up,
baby.
man.
Viva La Vida.
How's that smoke? Look at that ash.
Come on now.
Look
Come
at that
on,
ash.
come on now.
That is nice right
Come on
there.
now. Some Monte Cristo.
Whew. Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. Talk about it. Talk about it. I'm going to keep speaking it. Thank you. Thank you. Sean, I appreciate it. You know me, brother.
Sean,
you know me.
thank you for both of us.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean,
I can actually say the list was there. He stated that he didn't touch. The list was there.
I didn't touch.
I got you. I appreciate
Hey,
that. I
wait,
appreciate
wait,
both of
wait,
y'all.
wait,
I
wait. But when he
appreciate both
came
of
in
y'all.
here, he's like, I'm missing three
Yeah.
sticks. And I'm like,
I
hey,
laid them out.
I don't know about that because I didn't open it. If I was going to open it, I would have taken the list out.
Paul, you know, you're ex-military like I am. When it comes to logistics, we do what? Thank you. We check every damn thing on the list. Because if not, when you're trying to get out, they're going to try to get it from you. Wait a minute, man. They gave me that in basic. Well, you didn't turn it back in basic. 20 years later, we need that canteen. Really? Really? Yes, we need that canteen. Oh,
And if
man.
you say I don't have it, hey, can I get my glass back though?
Cash. Cash.
Cash.
They need their cash because they have to purchase another one. And you're not going to pay the same price that you would pay if you went to one of those forestry outfitters. You're not going to get that back. It's not going to be that price. It's going to be the government price that they paid for it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Way overpriced. So you want to make sure everything that
It's
you
like
were given.
water canteens, like 15,000.
Yeah, 15,000 and some change.
yeah.
I'm like, really?
Hey, so all right, enough of that little rabbit hole. Thanks for taking us on that journey. Anyway,
This was perfect.
hey, let's talk about our sponsors, and we're going to do a little different this week. I'm going to put them down in the show notes. There's links to all of them. And so basically, we have been blessed by, the top of the line sponsors.
Yes.
And, Jax and Zika both were going on and on about their humidors from Case Elegance.
I'm looking at yours now. Sitting up
And,
there.
yeah. How's yours?
Still at 68.
Yes.
Still at 68.
It just stays perfect.
Oh, I had to actually look. I opened it and left it open for like 15 minutes and closed it and went down to 65. I checked the next day, 68.
You wanted
I
to
was
make
like,
sure it was working.
I want to make sure that dial was working.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have a dial.
Well,
It's a
the digital
readout
was working, and it.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. I know that because I checked it the same way. I was like, says 68 or 70.
Let me see.
How do I know if
Let me
it's
see.
working? So
Let me
I
see.
had to open it up, and then I filled it full of sticks because I was like, it'll drop it just by absorbing, and it did. I saw it drop, and it went right back up, and I was like, oh, that's so nice.
They make great humidors
So-
and watch cases.
Yeah, and look down the show notes, Case Elegance. You'll see a link, and
Yes, sir.
if you order a humidor from them and use Cigar Talk coin, you'll get a challenge coin with your humidor. And I'm telling you, best quality humidors, and it comes with the whole
Bar
system.
none. Bar none.
So check them out. They make badass humidors, and they got some really good looking ones. I mean, the black and white one, I don't know the name of it, but I call it the Ferrari because it looks like a sports car. It looks badass.
It does.
And then you have the Octador, which is what I have.
Yes.
And then you have the military footlocker. Those.
Man.
I still regret giving you that. But anyway, no, I don't. I'm
So
kidding.
you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying.
So anyway, and then we have Viva La Vida, which is I'm smoking them tonight. I've been posting a lot of photos of the gesture because I've been killing it.
I got my cousin on the Club 500.
Nice.
He's a Monte Cristo man like me. I took him, took a couple of 500s to Nebraska. He smoked. He said, "What is this?" I said, "Bruh, let me know at the end."
So how was his reaction once he smoked a real cigar?
So you're going there, huh? You're going there, huh? He had a reaction. The Monte Cristo was real, but he looked at that. He said, "What is this?" I said, "Man, just let me know at the end." At the end, he's like, "Dude," he said, "it was like a meat." He said, "It was just the same all the way through." I said, "Yeah, it's a medium to medium bowl." I said, "But what did you taste?" He said, "Man, it was like everything." He said, "Leather." He said, "It was like earthy." He said, "I tasted some like maple." I said, "Yeah, bro, you naming everything." I said, "That lets you know that your palate is graduated enough that you could taste those things and then you enjoyed them. You enjoyed them."
Dude, let me tell you about graduating your palate, okay?
Yeah, well, we know.
Because I was on, and
know.
I probably shouldn't say anything, but I at first it kind of chapped me, but then I realized this guy's just not there yet.
Okay.
And there was a picture on a Facebook group, and it was of the McAuliffe, and this guy said, "Yeah, I love that stick. It's the only one in the whole line that I like." And I was just like, what?
Like, hold up, what?
It's like, are you serious?
You tried the whole line and the A was the only one?
Well, and I said, "Did you smoke the medallion?" He's like, "Oh, no, my shop doesn't carry that one. But I've smoked all the other ones." And I was like, first of all, I don't buy it. You know what I mean? You
First of
haven't
all,
smoked
yeah.
the whole
No,
line.
no.
You know, don't get me wrong. I like the A. It's a great stick.
It is.
But there's a lot of great sticks
the
in the
truth.
McAuliffe
Tell the
line.
truth.
And so I was nice because I just didn't.
You were nice?
I just quit responding. And then it made me realize that he may be on that journey.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Because I'll tell you, there's been sticks. Remember when I smoked the Reserva the first time? I didn't appreciate it.
Sure didn't.
But I grew into that.
That second trip, you was like, wait a minute.
The second one woke me up. The third one, I was smiling from ear to ear because I was like, dude, I get it.
Yes.
So it made me realize that dude's probably just on that cigar journey.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll circle back around the more he smokes.
And give it another try.
Right. Because don't think that you only like the A, dude. They have a lot of great sticks that you're missing out on. But I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Landa.
I'm with you.
Landa 2.
Landa 2. Come on, man.
Experiencia.
La Crema.
La Crema. Riata. I mean, come on.
Come on. You talking about a ride, baby.
And then you're talking about the Nicaraguan, the Lajero, the Maduro,
And then for
the
those-
Modafina.
I was just getting ready to say-
And don't forget the Connecticut.
Yes.
I mean, dude, the line of cigars, to me,
That McAuliffe produces
is across the board money.
Come on. It's going to hit you. They're going to hit you. And if only
So I
one-
was just shocked that
I got
someone
you.
would say that.
I got
There's
you.
a fly on me.
I got you.
Anyway, no, but I was just, and you know, my first response was, "Well, you're a moron," and then, but I didn't say that. I did not say that.
didn't say it?
I was being nice.
Wow.
But that was my thought.
Wow.
Sometimes all thoughts do not come out. I know you think they do.
I'm stuck. I'm at a loss of words, and all thoughts don't come out. Because I've heard you say some things. I'm like, yeah, really?
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to get into hell. No, I'm just kidding. So, anyway, look down the show notes, and we'll have links to McAuliffe and Viva La Vida. And then don't forget the Leaf.
Yes.
Our super duper lounge. I mean, dude, Jay. I mean, really, you could just put a picture of Jay right here, and that is all you'd need to know.
In the shades.
That's the shop you want to go to.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Quality customer service. You know what? Nothing irks me more than going into a cigar shop and getting half-assed service. You know what I mean?
Oh, bro. It makes it starts the trip off wrong.
Well, yeah.
It's a bad trip. That right there sets me on a bad trip already. Because now I'm like, no matter what you do from here on.
You ever walked into a shop and as soon as you walk in, it's like the guy working behind the counter is like, I'm just trying to upsell this dude.
Yeah, and you can't do that with me.
And I'm like, all right, well, that's not going to go over well. And or you walk into a shop and you get ignored. That's
the one that pisses me off.
No, both of those piss me off.
That one gets me more than anything, to ignore me. Because first of all, I'm this firm believer in I ain't begging nobody to take my money. I'm not. And if I'm not good enough just to say hi to, especially in a cigar shop, you know that community. You're a part of the community. You know the community. A hi ain't that bad. A hi ain't that hard. You see what I'm saying? Hello.
But a ho. Hi ho. Hi ho.
Well, some people will say, yeah, what? But come on, ignore me, man. Get real with this, dude. You know, like I said today, I was sitting at the Leaf and my fraternity brothers came in. Man, he took care of them like they had been customers for 20
That's
20
how
years.
they do, man. That's how they do.
And they were sitting there looking at me. I said, it's like that every day, bro. This ain't nothing. He ain't doing nothing special for y'all. This is the same thing he does for everybody.
Right.
Everybody. So,
in fact, I kind of feel less special now knowing that he treats you as good as he treats me.
Oh, bro, he treats me better than he treats you. I'm letting you know that now.
Oh, whatever.
I'm letting you know that now.
Does he comb the hair on your back?
I don't have hair on my back.
Well, he does mine.
That's the problem. You got hair on your back.
They call me the silverback.
Sasquatch. Yeti. I can't even do it. The Chewbacca sound.
No, I can't do it either. I sound like a choked up chicken.
So why did you go there? See, that's how I know he talking about the field. Everything doesn't come out. He just said the choked up chicken. Come on, bruh.
I'm just saying.
We know.
That's what I sounded like.
No. You could have said anything but that.
So, anyway, hey, so we got two special things going on today for this show.
Yes, sir.
We got to make the announcement for over the next few weeks. Mm-hmm. We are going to do the top 100 cigars. 100.
100.
I mean, why? You know, we've done top 10 Maduros.
25.
We've done top 10 Habanos. We've done the top 10 under $10.
Yeah.
We've done top 10 bourbons.
Yeah. We did a top 25 one.
We are going to do the top 100 cigars.
Do it right.
And here's the thing. It's not just coming from me or you.
Nope.
We are getting some very qualified.
I like that word, qualified. That describes them.
All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, these dudes are experienced.
Yeah.
And let me tell you one thing. So
the filter has just been removed.
A lot of the guys, the guys that gave us the top 10 are in our Patreon group. Mm-hmm. They're the producers.
Yes, sir.
These guys are top-notch cigar smokers. They know what's up.
Yes, sir.
So last night I was on a herf, and you know my buddy Tim.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, hey, man, send me your top 10. And he was like, oh, what's that for? And I said, we're doing a top 100, and I want to tell everybody the sticks to steer clear of.
Top 100 to smoke, top 10 to stay the hell away from.
I'd like to
I know.
bust his chops.
Especially with Tim, I know.
Yeah.
And it's just not him, it's everybody. So
True.
That's just you.
True.
That's just you.
So anyway, we're going to start with a portion of the list today.
Yes, sir.
I can't tell you exactly how many we're going to get to, but we're going to start on it, and we're going to truck through as many as we can, talk about what type of a cigar it is, what the overall basic price point is. 'Cause, we might not know exactly how much it costs where you find it.
Yeah.
But we'll give you the general ballpark price.
Sir.
And then we're going to talk about the old Pappy Gate. The old Bourbon Gate.
The Bourbon King.
So you want to do that before we start the top 10?
Up to you, bro.
Let's dive into the Pappy and Bourbon Gate.
Okay.
So tell us where you found this, because I know you didn't just start your own private eye service.
No, I was going through Netflix and I was looking at the thing, and the series is on there called The Heist. Not The Heist, it's just called Heist. And I was like, the cop in me was like, Heist. First of all, I want to see if it's real, and then it was talking about real things, and I was like, oh. So I'm looking through his 6 episodes, and the last 2 said The Bourbon King and The Bourbon King #2, and I was like, Bourbon King? This sounds kind of good, cigars, bourbon. So I look at it, start watching it, start talking about the Pappy Gate. And I was like, Pappy Gate? And as you go through it, it's talking about a heist of Pappy Van Winkle that happened. And I was like, I never heard of this. So that's why I wanted to ask you the question. And you was like, no, you hadn't heard of it. Paul said the same thing. And I was like, well, who has heard of this? And evidently there's a gentleman that used to work for Buffalo Trace. And he was like, in Kentucky, now
is Pappy from the Buffalo Trace Distillery?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I didn't know where it came from.
Yes, it is.
I am too poor that I will probably.
You're not
never
the only one.
have a sip,
especially when you hear about what was going on. But he was like the go-to guy in his area, and he happened to have a friend over who was a doctor, and they were drinking some of the Pappy. And the guy was like, man, that's good. Do you have any more? He's like, yeah, I got my personal. He's like, well, can you get some more? He's like, oh, no, I ain't getting into that. So he pulls out 2 bottles and just hands it to the guy. The guy was like, oh, thank you. He leaves. He comes back the next day and just drops down cash, almost $10,000. And dude's like, man, this is more than I'm making a month. He said, if you got any more, he gave him a number. He said, let me know. He sent him the number. So he went back to work. He grabbed some more Pappy, got some Buffalo Trace, sent the dude the list of the stuff he had. Dude said, I take it all. He comes by, picks it up. Next day he comes back, drops some more cash off on him. So now this goes from just those 2 bottles in the beginning to it burgeons off to cases.
Let me tell you something. This is what I know. When you have a company like that and you've got a thief in the hen house, what happens is he screws it up for everybody.
No.
Now when you go to work, you're butt naked.
No.
You have to badge in.
Dude, this was years he was doing this.
Years?
And here's the thing. Nobody said nothing because everybody that worked at the factory would take bottles. It was just, he said the first time he started working there, they opened a bottle of Pappy and gave everybody a shot.
Wow.
And they told him to drink this. He said, well, I'm not really into it because he didn't drink alcohol. And he said he realized they were testing him to see if he was a snitch or not. So he said he just went on and drank it. That's their mindset. Their mindset was like, you just take your bottle home every night.
And let me tell you this. My dad worked for the railroad back in the 70s. And when he got on a train, they opened up a 12-pack and was like, hey, have a beer. And he's like,
beer. Yep.
I don't want a beer. And they're like, oh, you're having a beer.
And there was other things they told you had to have, too.
Well, that was on the rear.
Yeah. Because I used to see my dad work, my grandfathers and my dad worked on the railroad. And they used to bring home the cases of water, the little bottles of water. I love those damn things, man.
You remember when it used to be cartons?
Cartons.
Like a milk carton.
Yes.
But it had tinfoil
around
it.
Yes. But he did this, and then it grew and grew and grew. And, he grew. It was a friend of his that was in the delivery part of another bourbon distillery.
Oh.
And dude told me, he said, I can get barrels. So he'd back his truck up to dude at work to the dock, his pickup, and dude put about 3 or 4 barrels on the back of that, and he'd drive off. He went from 2 bottles to barrels.
Dude, and I believe a barrel is around 278 bottles.
So talk to me about this.
Whew.
And you know how we talk? How do we like our Eagle?
Rare.
Eagle Rare was some of the stuff that they were taking.
In barrels.
Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, but Pappy they weren't taking in the barrels. It was only the bottles because they put that in a separate area. So anyway, years later, this auditor came through, and she doing an audit, and she noticed that a case of Pappy was missing. At this time, Pappy was going for $999 a bottle.
Wow.
So a case missing.
Now that's on the secondary market.
That's on the secondary market. Not to them.
Because retail is still paying the regular price. Am I right?
No, it's still a markup. You got to make your money off of it. Retail has to. Wholesale is the regular price. Retail is when you mark it up.
Right. Retail's marking it up. But the
wholesale.
The retailer is paying the regular price.
Yeah, and then he marks it up to make money off of it. Yeah. He pays wholesale and he sells to you at retail. So as retail, it was going for $9.99 a bottle. She called their office. They called the sheriff. They had a new sheriff in there, and he was an attention hound. So they named it Pappygate. They were going to find out because they went through and did an entire audit of the factory, and it was cases upon cases missing.
Really?
So now it took them, I think, 3 to 5 years. Dude he's not just a bottle doer. He's just doing all barrels now. He had 6 barrels on his land.
Dude, how much money was this guy taking down?
To the point where he bought his wife was a real estate agent, and she'd had nothing to do with them buying a new house. It was all from the money he was getting from selling the bourbon.
Wow.
And it wasn't just a house. They brought like a ranch type thing where it was land on top of land with this house sitting on top of it. I'm like, God.
He living large.
Past large, bro.
Yeah.
Past large. And he said when he looked in there then, Pappy was going for $4,000 a bottle.
Wow.
So how much money was he making?
Dude, no telling. No telling.
Anyway, detectives go on the land. Somebody sent in an anonymous tip, said, if you want to find barrels of bourbon, go to this guy's house. Detectives, without a warrant, go on his land, lift up a tarp, and find 5 barrels of
Without
bourbon.
a warrant.
Without a warrant.
So it didn't matter.
It didn't matter, but it was part of this. They came back with a warrant and searched the rest of the property, and that's when they found more barrels.
Wow.
They found a safe in the house. They found, 10?
I don't understand the law, but I would think they couldn't use the discovery of that to get a warrant because they should not have discovered that.
The discovery comes from the tip. It came off the tip. That's what they used to get the warrant was the tip.
Gotcha.
Even though they already knew that there was evidence on property, they got the discovery off the
How old was this guy at the time?
He's our age now, so he was about in his 40s.
Wow.
Because this stuff just happened.
And so he had been working for them for a long time.
Up until the day he got arrested.
Wow.
Man, and the thing was, they went on, they found the stuff. They tried to pin the case, the Pappygate, on him. They got him convicted. I think he got 15 years. But in the discovery and to talk about it later, they found out that it was another guy who actually stole the Pappy that was missing when the auditor went there. He had came in, he confessed to what he did, but they didn't charge him because they gave him immunity.
Wow, because he was the snitch.
He was they was trying to get information on the other guy, so they took that information and they never said anything about it.
Wow.
So dude spent 30 days actually in jail.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, off bourbon.
Dude, it's all money.
It's serious
all
money.
Everything
When I was looking at that, I was
comes down to money.
I was looking at that, I was like, he a dope man. He's a dope man. That's what he was. With bourbon, though.
Yeah. I mean, they're both illegal.
A bottle for
we're
$4,000.
just stealing it.
A bottle for $4,000. How many comes in a case?
12.
4,000 times 12.
That's a lot. $48,000.
Come on, bruh. Come on,
And
man.
how many bottles? How
Come
many
on, man.
cases?
Come on, man.
So,
Then you go to the barrel part.
And Paul did look it up for us. Paul's producing today,
Yes, sir.
and so he can double check our facts, which needs to be done. Because anyway, a barrel is between 170 to 200 bottles.
That is, dude.
So you think about if you can get a barrel at $4,000 a bottle, cut that in half, and you're still
coming up too large.
Boom.
You're still coming up too large.
yeah. But I mean, think about this though. What do you think you could sell an entire barrel for? You know what I mean? Because there's collectors that would be like, a barrel? Yeah, I'll take that.
And let it just sit.
I mean,
they're gonna pay a little bit more than the $4,000 for a bottle for it because they're gonna let that sit because they know how much that's gonna be later on.
dude,
Come on,
you
man.
could let that. Well,
Dude, no, this is Pappy.
would you let that age in the barrel?
I'd let it sit.
Could you over age it? I don't know
No.
enough about bourbon.
I don't think you could.
I see.
And the thing that killed me, he was talking about, he said, it's weird to me, he said, because in the beginning, Pappy was $50 a bottle. $50 a
What
bottle.
happens to all the good ones though?
$50
I mean,
a bottle.
not to that level, but
Yeah.
like if you look at Heaven Hill,
Yeah, come on.
they said if you lived in Kentucky, you could get it for, I believe it was $7 to $13,
Try that now.
and now I
Try that
believe it's
now.
like 48.
Try that now. It's at the
And that
end.
just changed in the last 12 months.
At the end of episode 2, they even said there are still bottles from this heist that are still circulating. If you know a guy who knows a guy, you can get one of those bottles still.
Yeah, but at what price?
That's the thing. What price? But then again, with the notoriety to that adds to the price. This is one of those that was stolen from Pappy Cake.
I don't know if I won't be telling anybody that.
Backdoor, black market, it'll be out there.
True.
It'll be a defining factor to it. It's part of the Pappy Cake. That's what's going to upsell it more. Oh, dude, that's one of the ones they couldn't find. Oh, I got it. And then I want to switch to cigars. You see, Milwaukee won the NBA Finals, right?
I had no idea.
Guess what cigars he was smoking after they won?
Please tell me it was not
Was not what?
a Gurkha.
Nah.
Okay. I was like, only in Milwaukee. Only in Milwaukee.
It was Romeo and Julietta's.
I mean, which ones?
I couldn't see the name on the box, but I could see Romeo and Juliet. I was like, wow.
I mean,
Wow.
you remember whenever the Patriots won,
Yeah.
and they were all smoking the Padron 50th.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good stick. I don't know. I don't smoke enough Romeo and Julietas to even know that they even have a stick that comes close to that.
I don't believe they have a stick
I
that
don't
comes
think
close
so
to that.
myself.
I don't.
But at least if you hand me a 50th Padron, I'm like, hey, you care.
We did something.
You care.
I'm still going to talk to you come contract time. You may add some of these in there. I'll be a little bit happier. But, bruh, this world is crazy, man. From
Where
$50
we
to
start?
$4,000 a bottle, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where supply and demand.
Yeah.
The demand is high.
The recipe didn't change, but the price show in the hell did.
Inflation.
That's some hella inflation, bro. Some hella inflation.
You ain't seen nothing yet. So, right. Hold on to your seat there, big boy. All right, man. Well, let's jump into the beginning
The list.
of the top 100. And here's the thing. We're not doing like 100,
Yeah,
99, 98. We're actually gonna just go through the list. And our first ones come from our good friend, the producer, Sean O'Connor.
I like that, the producer.
And there's some sticks on here that I'm excited, like the Rojas Street Taco Barbacoa. Have you smoked that?
Nope, but I got one.
I got one a few weeks ago. Actually, Sam at the Leaf gave me one.
Okay.
And you know, I'm a fan of Rojas. I think Rojas does a lot of good sticks. Unfortunately, we don't have access to them as much as we should, but maybe one day that'll change. But
One day.
so the first stick that was going to be on our list is the Rojas Street Taco Barbacoa Toro 6x50. And it's a really good stick. It's rich. The construction, and I'll tell you what, everything I've had from Rojas, the construction's been spot on. And I've even smoked like the freshly rolled cigars with no bands. And
When did you get those?
Up in Fuegos in McKinney, they carry those.
I thought somebody had sent you one.
No.
And one had my name.
That was not the case. Not this time. So anyway, that's going to be the first cigar on the list. And then this is one of mine that would definitely be on my list is the New World Cameroon.
Yes.
And Sean likes it in a
too.
Toro 6x50. I like it in the box press torpedo.
I get
But
that from
dude,
the leaf, too.
that wrapper on that Cameroon is just silky smooth, almost like a velvet.
Silky smooth.
That's why I like it, especially early in the morning.
He just called that stick a pimp. He said slicky smooth. Slicky smooth.
Like velvet.
Like velvet.
But and you know what? That's like the price point on that. Now the Rojas, I don't know the price point because I've only been gifted those.
Yeah.
The New World Cameroon is, I want to say, like $7.90 for the torpedo box press.
That's what we pay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's a knockout all day
yes.
long.
Oh, yes.
All day long. The next one on this list, another one of my favorites is the Island Gem Torpedo.
Yes.
I mean,
Island Gem.
when I light that stick up, I'm in like the Dominican Republic on the beach.
Bro, that starts before you light it up.
I got Bob Marley playing in the
Yeah,
background. I
yeah.
got a Mai Tai in my hand.
When you
there's
pull
hot
that
chicks
sucker
on the
out,
beach.
You look at that shaggy bottom. You like, yeah, this is the beach, baby.
Dude,
this is the beach.
Yeah, that stick just brings out my Hawaiian shirts.
I got. I'm glad you don't have one on today.
I do. You know I wear Hawaiian
we
shirts.
know you do.
And when I want to smoke an Island Gem,
He hasn't put the filter back in, Paul. He hasn't put the filter back in.
don't worry, Jay. I'm not smoking any Hawaiians. Not literally. So anyway, no, it puts me in a mood. You know what I mean?
okay.
It's like, yeah, you know what? That's a vacation stick. It's a weekend stick.
Yeah, it's a sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. Stick.
Yeah, and I like the Maduro, and I love that San Andreas.
That San Andreas is a bomb.
I either one I'm good with. Either one. If I'm paying, I usually go with the San Andreas. They're the same price. I want to say they're like $11. Good stick though.
Great stick. Great stick.
Now the next one is the McAuliffe Medallia. And Sean has on his list a Toro, but I think he got that wrong because it should be the Corona Extra. Although I do like the Toro.
But you have your preference.
Yeah. So, but no. The Medallia, everybody knows, it's one of my go-tos.
Yeah.
I mean, there's very, very, very few times you will open my humidor and not find medallions.
True. It has to be
Because-
almost empty. That means you smoked them all.
Yeah, and that's true. That was like we were talking to Zeka last night or one night on a Herf. And Tim was so impressed with how many cigars he had because it was in tubs. You know,
Oh,
tubs.
talking about what Zeka had?
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I could have that many cigars too if I didn't smoke them all.
True. Because there's times I walked in here and that humidor, the standalone, the big one,
Yeah.
it's full. Then you come back 3 or 4 days later, I'm like, did he smoke all of them himself?
Yes.
And then I'm looking here and then we tape and you smoke 4. I'm like, yeah, he smoked all of them himself.
Well, you know, my average is 8 a day. What's your average?
One, 2. If I'm sitting at the leaf, I'll smoke 2.
See, Paul is a 4 or 5 guy.
Ah, man, that's too many sticks, man.
Yeah.
That's too many
No,
sticks,
no,
bro.
no.
That's
That's-
too many sticks, bro.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I enjoy
We can sit
mine.
here and say yes, no, the rest of the show if you want.
rabbit,
No.
duck season, rabbit season.
Yes. So no, and it's all preference.
Yeah, it is. It truly is. It truly is. Because this week I hadn't had a stick since Wednesday. Today was the first day I smoked a stick since Wednesday.
Are you sick?
No, I wasn't sick any of that time.
Wow.
It was just, I had a lot of things going on and it never crossed my mind. But this morning,
It never crossed your mind.
But Saturday, you know what was on my mind?
What?
Saturday morning at 10:30.
And I apologize.
No, not that, bro.
Oh.
I was getting me a stick. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to give me, and I think today will be out of the norm because I've had 4. This is my 4th.
Well, the funny thing is he messages me earlier today and he's like, "Hey man, you gonna make it up to the Leaf?" And I hadn't answered him yet, and he's like, "If you do, bring me my sticks." And I was like, "Nah, bro, I ain't coming.
I had something else to do. I ain't coming.
I'm still smoking them."
I'm like, I came in. First thing I did, look at my bag. I looked at my bag. Nah, bro. I know the Lord says, "Know those that labor among you."
And I labor
I know, smoking
hard.
sticks. It's all
All right, well, let's
It's
get
all
back
right.
to the list. Okay, and this is a fantastic stick. It's definitely on my list. Sin Compromiso.
Oh,
Now, Sean likes the 7x56, and I'm going to echo that and say dead on.
100.
Dude, that is, to me, that's an after lunch smoke if you got time to sit down and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's like having dessert. It's like, I'm not going to have the chocolate cake, but I'll have that Sin Compromiso.
And so, thank you.
Yeah, great stick.
Thank you.
That stick I want to say is probably about $18. And that is
It's worth
a
it.
Saka cigar
It's worth
from
every dime of
Dunbarton
it. Yep.
Tobacco. But great stick. Now this one catches me off guard, but I have smoked a few. It's the Rocky Patel number 6. Now I'm trying to remember. They only make the number 6. They don't make the number 9, do they? Okay, because maybe the old Beatles song got me. Number 9, number 9. Did you know that if you play that backwards, you know what it'll say?
What?
Turn me on, dead man. Turn me
Number
on,
9?
dead man. Yes, if you say number 9 over and over and replay that backwards, it says turn me on, dead man.
Dude,
You don't even want to know why I know that, do you?
This is what I'm going to say.
What?
were you doing in high school?
Well, I listened to a lot of Beatles.
Backwards.
Backwards and forwards.
Turn me on, dead man?
Yeah, because it was a clue from the accidental death of Paul McCartney, which you know nothing about.
Well, I know they were talking about him walking across the street that
Right.
with barefoot and all. They tried to tie and say that he was dead and this is somebody.
Right.
It's a
So
doppelganger.
that's only like 1 out of a million clues.
And so they made a song with that in it.
Oh yeah, it's called Revolution Number 9. It's like a 9-minute song, and it's like not even music; it's just sounds.
I'm gonna stay with Al Green and Marvin Gaye.
Well, if you look over your shoulder over there, you can see the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band album. That cover has probably 50 clues on his death. Like, they're all standing at his funeral. You see the flowers on the ground?
I see him in the black suits looking down. That's the first thing I looked at.
Yeah, and then if you look over Paul McCartney's head, somebody's holding their hand over his head. Yeah. That's a sign of someone's died. No, don't grab that. We'll talk about that later. Leave that be. And you see there's a P, there's like a little flower wreath that looks like a guitar. It's actually a P for Paul.
What in the hell were you smoking in high school that you sat there and just...
Dude, it was a big... Dude, it was a big thing.
Oh!
Me.
That you would take an album cover and just decipher.
No. It wasn't. I mean, we had clues.
Yeah, you're deciphering the clues off the album cover.
Yeah, and there's other clues on other album covers. There's other songs.
Is there a Ouija board in here somewhere?
No,
Thank you,
no.
Jesus.
Hey, if you turn the album cover over.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
No, really.
What?
There is, but we're not going to get into that. So anyway, let's get to our next cigar, which is the...
Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me, please. Please pray for me.
Now, this one was a list that I'm going to mention these. These are like alternatives that aren't on the top 100 as far as Sean's concerned. But here's one that caught me by surprise because I've never smoked it. It's the K
I saw that
by
too.
Karen Berger Habano, and it's in the Salomon 5x58. I would love to try that. I'm going to have to find out where we can get some of those because I have seen her cigars for years, but I've never had the opportunity to smoke one.
Yeah, because when I was looking at this list, everything on here I know except I was like, did he mistype this or something? I was like, K by Karen, I'd never seen that one.
Yeah. Well, do you know who Karen Berger is?
No, sir.
Okay. She has a cigar company and part of, I believe, an owner of one of the largest cigar shops in the United States.
Okay.
Down in Florida. And she has her own cigar line. I think I follow her on Facebook and Instagram. It's Karen Berger. And anyway, her sticks look great. I've always wanted to try one. I just haven't been able to get my hands on one.
Now you got me on a rabbit. I'm going to find out. I got to find out. I know some people in other places that know some people. I won't get any pappy, but I'll try to find us a K.
Now, here's one that I don't even know that I've smoked this cigar, but it's definitely going to be on my list because out to the side, Sean says, my favorite new cigar of 2020. So last year, this is one of his favorite cigars. And I'm telling you right now, if Sean's smoking it, I'm probably going to be a big fan. But this is the Mildias Subline 6x54 by Crowned Heads. So, and I hope you guys, you know what? I will actually put these as a list. Everything that is that it right there?
Yeah.
Oh, I have smoked one of those.
Yeah, and I smoked one too. That's why I was like, wait a minute, I know I smoked this one.
Hey.
Is it a different one?
Hey, you know what I called that stick?
What?
M.
M. Can I get one of them M's?
Hey, give me two. I'll take an M and an M.
Ah, nice.
So yeah, I'm a fan of that stick. Great stick. Yeah. See, what do I know? Because when I'm in the humidor, I'm just like, I'll take two of those, three of these, one of those.
Me too. I just walk down the aisles.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't smoked that before.
Yep.
And then let's see. And his number one for his list is the Don Derma 6x48 Toro by Steve Saka. That's another one I haven't smoked, but now that I know that he says the best cigar ever.
Yes, he does.
So that means I got to find one. And a 6x48, I love that profile because it's pretty close to a 6x46, which is the Corona Extra, Sean, in case you didn't know. But he probably doesn't because it's called a Toro, but it's a 6x48, which is close to the Corona Extra. Are you looking for that stick?
Yeah, you know I am.
Okay. Well, I see you digging in your bag. And then let's go on. Here's a couple of other ones that I'm going to be like all over. The Julius Caesar Perfecto. That is a great stick. It's been a little bit since I've had any Julius Caesar cigars, but you know what? I don't know why I don't smoke more of those. Do you smoke those, Paul? I haven't smoked them in a long time. Oh, awesome. I don't think I've ever smoked that stick.
I haven't, but I will.
You know what? Next week when we continue this list,
You will have smoked
I will
it.
have smoked it.
I know.
Hey, let me get back to you in a couple hours.
Give me a couple of hours. I'll talk to you then. But see, are you done?
No.
Okay.
The Christoph Signature Series. Dude, that cigar lights it up for me. That's a top 10 all time for me. Top 10. Like, it's probably, in my top 10, it's probably between 8, 9, and 10. And right next to it is going to be the Fine and Rare 2019 Alec Bradley.
Ooh.
It's that level of good.
Ooh.
And it's like $12.
Dude, you put it on that level?
Yes, absolutely. So if you haven't tried the Christoph Signature Series, that's one you got to jump on. Now, one of the ones that Sean also mentioned and sent to you was the Monte Cristo 1935.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, he's leaving something off the list here.
No, I just wanted to talk about which one was better.
Here we go. So,
Now, have you smoked a 1935?
oh, never. But I'm going to, and give me a few hours. I'm like you, give me a few hours. I've smoked. I can't even say what percentage of that line because they have many sticks.
On the Monte Cristo?
Yeah.
They got too damn many.
Yeah, so I can say I've smoked over 50% of their list of the sticks.
I'm
that they have.
impressed that you powered on through.
Dude, I didn't have to power through. I enjoyed that ride. There's one that you said and then you smoked. You was like, you know what? I gotta tell the truth.
Okay, yeah, and that was one.
Yeah, but you never tried any others again.
I have tried several others. Well, not again.
See.
All right, let's move on. Here's one that I've seen on quite a few people's lists.
What's that?
Crook of the Crown.
Yeah.
The Robusto by Stolen Throne. Have you smoked that?
I haven't.
I have not either, but I've seen it on a lot of people's list.
My cousin in Houston smoked it. He asked me. I was like, nah. He said, man, you need to try this one.
That's what everyone says. We're actually talking to those guys to have them on the show in the very near future. They had to go to Nicaragua, and then they had to go to the PCA, and
Gotcha.
so he said, let me know when you're ready. I'm available now.
Gotcha.
So we'll be getting them on the show. And I'll tell you who that we're slacking on is Matt
that?
Booth. He got busy with all that shit,
Most
and
definitely.
now I'm like, hey, don't forget about it.
Don't forget about it.
We got people wanting to hear your shenanigans. Because if somebody's got shenanigans, it's
Tell
Matt
the
Booth.
truth. Tell the truth.
The next one is the 2012 by Oscar Valadez.
I haven't had that one.
Really?
Nope.
You've had those, haven't you? You know, it's got the Maduro.
Yeah.
I believe one.
I've seen it. We got 2012s at the Leaf.
Yeah.
I've seen
The
them.
Maduro has the real bright red around the 2012. I think it's a great stick. I'm a fan of Oscar products in general. Here's another
try it.
one. The Anonymous by AJ Fernandez. This is a micro blend series from Smoke In. I have not had the honors to smoke that, but before the next show, I will definitely smoke that and let you know what I think about that. You see that one yet?
I saw it. I'm trying to find it.
Well, it's like a blacked out band, I believe.
Bam.
Yeah, there it is right there. Have you had one of those, Paul? How was it for you? Paul agrees with you, Sean. And then the Adventura Kings Gold Corona. I have no idea what that stick is.
And I'm looking.
No idea. I've never heard of it. And here's the thing. When you know people like Sean, dude is all over trying stuff like, because he goes all over. Like he travels, he gets stuff from out of state. Awesome. Oh, I saw the bend of that. Yeah, I'm excited to try that. So then the next one on the list is the DDT EX38 Smoke In Special Edition. Now that is Zaka. Yeah. And I know everybody's been like wanting to smoke those. I don't know anybody who's actually smoked one yet.
Well, you're going to know two. Well, counting yourself two in a few.
I was going to say, because we're not going to sit on them.
Nope.
We're going to smoke those bad boys.
Yep.
And I can already tell you tonight, I'm going to smoke the Christoph Signature
Okay.
Series. That's a stick that it's like, dude, I haven't had one of those in probably since, the last one I got was Sean gave it to me. And
That's when I got.
I
from
haven't
you.
seen them anywhere. So if you could find a Christoph Signature Series, buy some and send me some. I mean, let's get down to the brass
He ain't
tacks
turning
here.
down nothing but his collar. If you send it, he's gonna smoke it.
I will smoke it. So, anyway, man, what a great list from Sean.
Definitely, man.
Oh, you know what? I left one out, and I apologize because this is also one of my. Yeah, that's a great. Oh, did we not spell?
Nope.
What's that one? That one
Number
is
7.
Number 7 is the Me Curita Trachea Traca.
He murdered it. Lubbock came out again, folks.
I just call it the Me Curita.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He said, I'm not going in those other
I don't know
names.
about all those other ones, but you know what? Look here. Look, Sean actually spelled it out phonetically.
For you.
Dude, how well does Sean know me? It's Me Querida Tricky Troca.
Yeah, he murdered it in the beginning.
I don't know if I murdered it that time. No, this time.
I'm talking about the first
But
time.
the phonetically,
it's totally different from what you said at first.
yeah.
You got
Thank
folks
you,
looking
Sean.
for something else. I don't see what Rob said. Do you have it? Well, what did he say?
They're like, get out.
Get out. Leave. Stop listening to that Rob. No, don't stop listening to him. Please listen to the show. That's a good one.
Sean, you're one of a kind, brother. You spelled it out phonetically for me.
Oh, I see it down there now.
You see it?
Yeah. Me, Carita, Chicky, Troca.
That's not what I said the first time.
Nowhere near.
But he also says it's the most complex flavors and best construction out there.
I'm going to find out.
I've had these, and these are up there. They're top of the line.
Yes, sir.
They are. And what a great list. What a great list.
Way to start it.
Yeah,
Way to
because
start it.
that already puts us up at 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
21 in.
We got 89 to go. No. 79 to go. Have them 8.
Lubbock math.
Pour me another one.
We went from Lubbock English to Lubbock math.
Hey, let me tell you something about Lubbock's education.
What's that, bro?
I used to always say, pour me.
Not pour you,
Another
but pour.
one.
Yeah. Not pour me, pour me.
Pour me another one. So, anyway, thank you, Sean, for sending those in. Those are great freaking cigars.
Yeah.
Definitely qualified to be on our top 100.
Yeah.
And I've looked through the list, and they're all like very solid lists.
Dude.
You haven't seen them. Did you see I sent you a message today that said get on Discord?
Yeah, I saw it at 10.
Well, you could have still got on at 10.
Yeah, you sent me that at 8.
You're slow. All I can tell you is people been asking, where's Bryant? Where's Bryant been? We want to talk to Bryant. You need to go on there.
Why they want to talk to me?
You got to go find out, man.
So you must have said something. Yeah, I think I need to go find out because you must have said something. They like,
Hey,
nah,
we were on a HERF the other night, and they were talking about the last time you were on a HERF, and you know what Tim said? I ain't seen him on a HERF since May of last year.
Dang.
So you need
It's been since May of last year.
You need to hop on every now and then.
Got you.
Come on, man. People miss you.
I'm just humble. Man.
I know it's not your thing. I know that's not your thing. I told them it's not your thing, but you could like make, a little bit of effort.
Just click in and click. Yeah. Oh, he said make a little bit of effort. You thought that went over my head. Hold up. No, I caught that. Just make some effort, dog.
You did catch that.
Yes, I did. It's like, for real. Wow.
Make a little effort, man.
Wow. And this is supposed to be my brother.
Hey, people want to see you. You could go by and see them.
Gotcha.
One time in 2021.
Just keep adding. Just keep turning it. Just
One
keep
time in
turning-
21.
Just keep turning it.
Because, we have a group of Patreons.
Oh, yes, we do.
That, I'm so thankful for them.
Man.
I know you don't get on Discord, but I get on Discord every day. And sometimes I talk for 10 minutes and sometimes I talk for 3 hours.
Dude, I don't say anything, but I see everything that goes on because it's forever going off.
Yeah, but sometimes we make fun of you and you don't respond.
I'm not going to respond because I'm at work. I got to keep a certain demeanor there, and I can't travel off that rabbit hole with you at that time because it's usually you started, and then everybody else keeps going.
Now, do you know you do know young Buck John, right?
Yes, sir.
So, that's the wrong room. Let's see. So
How many rooms do you have, Rob?
Lots. I was able to get a photo of
here we go.
John and Orlando together. Yeah, we're not going to show that. Paul, can you see on my camera here? There we go. Yeah, I didn't know the guys were that close. You know what I mean?
You are
John,
something else, dude. You put that on there?
On one, yes. Anyway, we like to have fun on that Discord group. If you're not a member of our Discord group, look down the show notes and you can join the Discord group. That's where guys have a lot of tomfoolery going on, pleasantries. I mean, dude, you know what I love about it, though? Every single morning I get up and I get on there and it's good morning, Rob. Good morning, Groot. Good morning, Zika. I mean, everybody's like, hey, good morning. We're all ready to start a day together.
Start some stuff together. That's
usually in the evening.
It don't even, dude.
I did that on the Herf last night.
No, I'm talking about, I'm sitting at my desk and all I hear, and I go in there looking, I'm like, oh my God, did he just say that? What? And then the pictures.
Well, there's like a few rooms that only people that want to be involved
in there, yes.
Tomfoolery shenanigans.
Yes.
So, but you know what? We have a great community. It's a lot of fun. And, if you want to get your jaws bopped around,
true,
that's a place to hang out. Because we're going to have fun with you.
Oh, yeah. And some days you may be that guy.
Yes. Yes. My cousin Mark finally got on a Herf.
Yeah. I saw that, but I didn't know that was your cousin.
He was like, whoa. Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, wow. It's a different.
He hasn't been back.
I can't say I don't know why. But the Cigar Talk Discord is a place not for the faint of heart.
No, we have nice, friendly rooms.
Yeah, 2.
Yes, lounge and cigars.
Yes, that's it. The other 45, you gotta have thick skin to walk in either one of them. Because if you grin, you in. I'm telling you. That's why I don't respond, because I know if I say something, I'm gonna be the topic of conversation for a while.
Day.
For a while. Oh, he finally here. I'm like, oh my God.
The funniest thing ever was on Tim's birthday. I posted his phone number in the lounge.
Yeah.
And everybody sent him inappropriate things.
Very inappropriate things.
And like, next thing I know, I get a message that says, please take my number down. It's like, you heard about putting people's numbers on the bathroom wall? You put it on the Discord server.
And the world knows.
Psychopath.
Got him.
So, anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the cigar portion of the show. If you absolutely hate sports, you should tune out now. It's over. Had a good show. And now for you that want to hear about sports, hang on.
It's that time of the year.
It is that time of the year. The Cowboys are looking at signing Mika Hooker. You know who that is?
I'm praying it's a real person, because the last
no,
it
is. It's
the last name with you.
It's a safety.
Okay.
And he's a stud when he's not injured.
Okay.
He injured his first season. Second year he came out, played for Baltimore, I believe.
Oh.
Had a stud year.
Because they're about defense.
Yeah, and then he got hurt again and only played 8 games.
Well, he won't get hurt with Dallas's defense, because all he be doing is standing in the end zone. Damn, he caught another one.
Let me tell you something.
There's nothing you can tell me. You haven't made the dance since my children weren't born.
26 years.
So I don't want to hear anything.
Let me tell you something.
What?
There's a guy, I believe his name is Fish. Anyway, he reports on the Cowboys. He's got a video blog he does.
Uh-huh.
And he had a video about Zeke. And Zeke.
Have you seen Zeke lately?
Okay, so you know where I'm going with this. You nailed it. They are saying that he's in the best shape of his entire life. he has been practicing footsteps, and he's more mobile than he's ever been in his life. And all these people in the comments are like, "This is the year! This is the year!" And I'm like, you know what I posted? I just said, "This ain't nothing but hype."
Yeah.
And all you other Cowboy fans are buying it like you do every year.
Pouring that Kool-Aid again.
Yeah. And dude, you wouldn't believe how many vicious comments I got back for that.
Because Cowboy, I tell everybody, there are two organizations in the NFL that have the worst fans ever.
Who?
Cowboys and the Patriots.
Why?
Because you all believe that your team is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and they're not.
It'd be hard to argue with the Patriot fans.
No, it isn't.
Why?
Because one person left, and they didn't do anything.
Okay, but still.
They had a run.
Well, for a long time.
We had a run.
No.
You all had a.
We and y'all did not have a run compared to the run they went on.
Wait a minute. They got 6. They got one more than we did. He left and got his
in
7th.
what span?
Dude, the NFL changed in that span. Could they have gotten 6 in the 80s and 90s?
I don't know.
Tell the truth, man. First of all, Brady wouldn't have made it a season.
Well, no, because he was like 2.
No, even if I'm talking about him during that span. The teams they had during that span, could they have got 6 during the 80s and 90s?
You know, the defenses were different back then.
No, the defenses could do things differently back
Right.
then.
The rules didn't prevent.
And see, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
The rules allowed them to get to where they were. Now, I'm not taking away from Brady. I don't like him as a quarterback, but I have to applaud who he is as a quarterback. I do.
He proved it last year.
He
last
did.
year. And hey, I don't know if you know this, Paul, but I called the Super Bowl last year, and I predicted it. And I even predicted the reason
because
was
of the defense
turnovers.
Yep.
And that happened.
Yep.
And
they would not have.
But if Brady wasn't there, they wouldn't have been in the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
He gave those guys hope.
And he also, because of the rules, he gave them that opportunity. Because you know just as well as I do, your quarterback, which was Aikman, took way more punishment that was legal back then.
And your guy, I mean, there were no such thing as hit to the head.
Because one time, Young was going down the field without a helmet on.
Yeah.
Somebody had snatched it off his head.
I think Young probably had more concussions than anybody.
No.
Didn't he have like 6?
You know who had more concussions than him? Staubach.
Well, that's when no one cared.
And that's what I'm saying. You go back 70s, 80s, 90s, and I really am not going to say the 70s because the 70s was still a carryover from the 60s where quarterbacks had to do just more than just sit in the pocket. You had to be...
Dude, you were an athlete.
You had to be.
I mean, an overall
you
athlete.
had to be. Now,
and wait a minute, though. The 70s, don't forget that Bradshaw played in the 70s.
But Bradshaw was tough.
Bradshaw with being an athlete.
Bradshaw would take hits that running backs would take and would still stand in there
and throw
a duck down the field, but he was still in there.
Yeah.
When have you ever seen Brady take pressure and still stand in there and throw anything down the field?
Well, no, he'll throw it away.
That is his weakness. That's what teams do. They know in order to beat the Patriots back then, you had to pressure him. If you pressured him, you'd win the game. But back then, you got pressure. You had folks like with the Rams with Rosie Greer and them. Rosie Greer's patented move was smacking somebody upside the head.
I got you. So I don't disagree with what you're saying. So let's back up to this Mika Hooker. So
Hooker,
he's a safety.
He wants to go back to the hooker.
he's a safety, and you think about the Cowboys. When's the last time they had a legitimate safety?
What's his name? Roy.
Roy.
Yeah.
And Roy outlived. No, he was short-lived. Because once they made the horse collar tackling rule
illegal,
he lost a lot of his game.
Because that was his thing.
That was his thing.
You get a step on him, he was reaching in. You weren't going any further.
As long as that was allowed, he was dominant. Oh, yeah. But once they made that against the rules, dude, that jacked him up.
Yeah, it jacked a lot. I mean, even going back to certain hits.
So go back beyond that. Woodson was our last legitimate across the board safety.
It's the same thing with us. We had Dante Whitner, which they called him Dante Hitner, and then before that it was the man, number 42.
Yeah,
that was the man. I mean, with Ronnie Lott, you didn't come across the middle, you didn't go long. It didn't matter if it was a passing route and you were coming against San Francisco. You needed to know where number 42 was.
And let me tell you something. To me, Ronnie Lott was the best safety to ever play the game.
Come on, man.
And
Dude,
I know he cut off his finger.
Yeah.
But do you know who I think was number 2?
Who?
Mel Blount.
I'm with you.
Those two guys are so far above everyone else.
I ain't going to say nothing. I'm with you on that.
Because when you think of a safety and you think badass,
they took the term of what a safety was. The safety was the end all be all. Nobody could get behind you.
Yeah.
They made sure
if you got to my level, you're going to get punished.
You're going to get punished.
And that you don't see that anymore.
No, you can't because the rules won't allow that.
That's true.
The rules won't allow
I mean, those guys were just thugs.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Kill you.
Even Pat, what's his name? Tillman that used to be with the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, now he was probably one of the next up there.
Because he threw his whole
what about,
body
What
at
about
people.
the guy that played for the Broncos that now is like a GM for
with
them?
us?
Oh.
He's a GM with us. You talking about Lynch?
Yeah. That dude played. He's a top 5 all
Lynch.
time. Top
Dude,
5 all time.
come on.
And same with Tillman.
But see,
those are the 4.
They were hitters. They took that phrase. Nobody gets behind you personally.
Right.
If you got in, like you said, if you got in the area, you were getting punished, bruh.
I don't remember who the Cowboys had the last 2 years. I think one of them was named Heath. Is that right? Heath.
Yeah.
And you know what I always remember seeing was like when the guy runs by, he turns around and chases them, and I'm like, if I can see your numbers, you're running the wrong way.
If I can see your name, you're running the wrong way. Yeah. I'm not supposed to see your name. But it's just like, man, you go back to the thing with me with the Cowboys, and it's hype.
It is hype. And that's what I said.
Everybody
and
was
in my comment, I even said, I hope Zeke is the best running back this year that he's ever been.
Yeah.
But until I see it, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And it's like they're all like, "Oh, you haven't seen him," and I'm like, "I've seen him. He looks great."
I mean, Dante Culpepper
last year,
great at quarterback, but he couldn't do
last year. You can say that Z had a bad year. He didn't hit 1,000 yards, but he also didn't have Dak.
Nope.
Also, the offensive line was obliterated.
Yeah. And see, that's one thing. Yeah, that's a staple of Dallas, man.
If you don't have a running game,
you can't. And people talk about it's a pass happy league, but the Patriots won because they had a running game. Yes, you had Brady back there, but when folks would sit back and they pressure the hell out of Brady and knock them little receivers running across the middle, what would Belichick do? Run. I'm going to make y'all get out of that defense.
right?
But you don't have that with other teams. That was my problem with my team with San Fran until a year before. What was that? 2019 into 2020.
So let's back up here. Who's your quarterback this year?
It's going to be Garoppolo until. Let me tell the truth. This rookie is showing so much. The verbiage in the beginning was, it's Garoppolo's job. He's the starter. We're going to bring Lance along. That conversation is gone now.
And that's always a good thing.
That conversation is gone. They're like, okay, we know that Shanahan has Garoppolo penciled in, but he's penciled in. And you know what's on the other end of a pencil?
An eraser.
Tell you, baby. Come on, man.
And so, here's another question. What do you think Stafford's going to do in L.A.?
He's going to do a lot more than he was able to do in Detroit.
I think there's a lot of pressure on that dude.
Oh, it is. It's $1 billion worth of
Because
pressure on
when
him.
you're playing for Detroit, no one expects you to win.
No.
I mean, and
Stafford is a stud at quarterback.
he has been a stud.
Yes.
But now you give him the receivers.
Ooh.
You got a line
Ooh.
and a running back.
Come on now.
We expect you to perform.
And you got, but see, his thing is he's going to have to stay healthy. He's going to have to stay healthy.
Right. And here's the thing. I watched one on somebody's show. I don't remember, but they were it was Stephen A.
Okay.
And I know you don't like the guy, but he has a lot of valid points. Even if you don't like the guy, he has a lot of valid points,
Let me hear this
especially
point,
about
Dan.
the Cowboys.
Let me hear this
Because you know
point.
he hates the
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I would rather listen to a guy that hates the Cowboys than a guy that's just tilting up the pitcher
Skip.
of Kool-Aid.
Skip.
Oh, Skip is the worst. Skip Bayless is the worst. And I'm not a fan of Shannon. Because they're just the extreme. You know what? It's like if you were to take the two best anchors, one from CNN and one from Fox, and put them together. It's like, I don't want to watch that shit.
That's a train wreck already,
Oh,
man.
right. So that's what it's like on that show.
Yeah.
But Skip Bayless, man, he's
Well,
a
what did Stephen
whiny
A.
ass
say?
bitch. So anyway, he was saying,
whiny ass
well,
bitch.
first of all, you know, Zach got $160 million for 4 years.
Dak. Yeah,
Dak. Sorry. And did you know he already had sponsors?
Yeah.
Have you seen the list of sponsors Dak has?
No.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, I remember that.
Some sleep number.
Yeah, the bed. Then you
Pepsi.
had Pepsi. Chunky.
AT&T.
Chunky, the soup.
Chunkies. The Campbells.
Campbell's, yeah.
Dr. Dre Beats.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
Uh-huh.
So Stephen A. made an argument saying, and I agreed with him, is one of the reasons Jerry Jones is like stubborn about paying guys their money, because when you're the quarterback or running back or a stud that plays for the Cowboys, you're going to get your money.
You're gonna get money.
Even if it ain't coming in from the Cowboys,
Nope.
you're going to get your
Yeah.
money.
That's the way Jordan was.
And so there's an argument there. That's why I took so long to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you were not making that minimum contract. And if you were playing somewhere else, you wouldn't get all that.
Yeah, that's true, because Jerry, he's the Al Davis of today.
He is the
He's the Al Davis of the day.
maestro
Just own up to it.
of hype.
Yeah, he's the Al Davis of the day.
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, I think he's even better at the hype.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
better at telling the NFL, I see you around the corner.
right. So anyway, one of the things was the conversation was which quarterback is under the most pressure to perform. Stephen A. says it's Dak.
Yeah, I do too.
But his co-host, whoever that goofball is, white dude, he, what's his name?
Me neither.
Rick, whatever his name is, but he says Dak's not. And the reason, and I kind of agree with this too, and the reason he's not is because if the Dallas Cowboys have zero defense,
He going to have numbers.
he's going to throw numbers.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you look and say, well, the other team scored 45,
But he threw for 500 yards.
Dak did what he had to
Yeah.
do, but the defense didn't. So that argument does hold up to me.
Because that's what happened before he got hurt. He was putting up with them 400-yard games, and it was just like, okay, yeah. And then he got hurt, and it was like, okay, the train just stopped.
Oh.
It didn't slow down. It stopped.
Yeah, yeah. When you brought in the redheaded stepchild, that dude, and I actually had hopes that he would be good.
Andy Dalton.
He was slower than me.
Dude, you a sloth. There's no slower than you.
He is slower than me. And I was like, I mean, you want to know why he got a concussion? Because he's slow.
He's slow. He couldn't get out the way. He saw the guy coming for 15 yards and still couldn't move.
Right. I mean, dude was slow. He had an arm.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they were attacking him, and he was just getting
Because
pummeled.
they knew that all they had to do was stop him. Because here's the thing, they had 8 people in the box to stop Zeke. But if Zeke wasn't running the ball, the
They
rest
had
of them
8
kept
people
going.
coming to you.
Coming to him. And he couldn't get out the way. So that's just it, man. This game has changed. There are no more pocket passes.
Well, what about Carson Wentz? Pressure on him?
Oh God, man, Carson Wentz has no pressure.
He's done.
He's left Philly. He's left that mindset where he didn't win the Super Bowl because he didn't. We know Foles did. We know he did a lot to get him there.
I think there's pressure on the kid down in Arizona
and
Baltimore.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? What? Because, dude, they did a 180 on defending him last year.
Yeah.
And if they continue to improve on defending that guy,
they got to change the offense.
He's toast.
He can throw though. Because
I know he can throw
at Louisville.
Can he not run?
That's the thing. Yeah, making him stay there.
Right.
Making him stay there.
Can he make quick decisions and throw the ball when he has nowhere to run?
But see, that's why the offense they had set up for him was a quick strike offense. It was 3 to 5 steps and throw the ball. I also
think Cam Newton is on the pressure cooker.
No.
What?
No.
If he doesn't perform, he's done.
Yeah.
If he doesn't perform, he's no longer an NFL quarterback. Unless he wants to be a backup. That's what you said about the Tampa Bay Bucks winning the Super Bowl, too. Nah.
I wasn't the only one either.
Well, I'm not saying you were alone. I'm just saying I was right and you were wrong. I like to say that. Sounds nice.
To you.
Yes.
But I also said they got to control Superman. And truthfully, they didn't control Superman. They controlled Lois and Jimmy and everybody else around Superman. Because anytime you land flat in the air and still throw a ball 40 yards in the air and dude just miss it because he couldn't catch it, you didn't control Superman. But everybody knew that Mahomes was the only thing Kansas City had.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I'm really looking forward to see what they've done.
Because they have to. They have to. People
change out what they've done,
because it comes down to you got to have a running game. That's the perfect stereotype of it. You got to have because everybody knows Mahomes going to put up numbers. He's going to do everything he can to win the game, but he can't do it by himself.
Let me tell you this: how would you like to be a top 5 running back and be like, "Hey man, you're going to Kansas City"? I'd be like, "Hell yeah,
yes.
Hell yeah."
Ain't no when can I leave. I'm walking out the door when he said Kansas City. They like, well, Brian, don't worry about it, bro. I'm gone.
I'm slipping on a red.
Bye. It's just.
I mean, could you imagine being a stud running back going to run for that dude?
Because now you know.
There's not going to be 8 men in the box ever. Even if you come out and goal line.
He's still not 8 men in the pocket because they know he's still a throw.
Right.
He's still a throw it.
Even if he throws it to himself.
How many times did that happen? A few.
A
few. But some quarterbacks are not smart enough to bat it down. They want to catch it. I'll catch it. Dude, knock that ball down. You are not a receiver. But, man, this year is going to be something different.
Hey, I'm totally excited. I'm excited to see what the Cowboys do. I really am. I mean, my biggest reason is because Dan Quinn came in for defense, because we just suck at defense. We sucked at offense last year, but we sucked at defense even worse.
Oh, okay, I'll give you that, because you all had a defense, and then Jerry said he got rid of the defensive coordinator and made what's the name the head chief.
Are you talking about back in the day?
No, this was just recently when because how long was Well, he was at the Giants.
I thought you were going all the way back with.
No, I'm talking about what's the name, son, Phillips.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking you're talking about. That's been over a decade ago.
Well, yeah, a decade. Well, yeah, a decade in football is forever.
I mean, that was in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And Phillip,
it ain't like we in the 3000s.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, we're in the 2020s.
Yeah,
not the 2010s.
But man, it's just like when. I saw an article where your owner said he finally owned up to making a mistake about getting rid of Jimmy.
Yeah, I saw that.
He owned up to that, man. He not he realized, because he probably forever realized, but he finally got enough to say, I made the mistake of pushing him out the door. Because even though I hate the Cowboys, I believe they would.
If Jimmy Johnson stayed and had control like he had,
y'all have had 6.
At least.
Y'all have had 6. For real.
But and I'll tell you this: what really killed us was we lost one, and then we won one
with Switzer.
And then we lost another one that we should have been able to win, but we didn't have the coaching. But then after that, when the salary cap came, that changed the game, which was a good thing for the league, a bad thing for the Cowboys.
You all were the Yankees of the NFL.
We were. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I want them. I'm going to get them. Because what was that running back from Arkansas that was with the Raiders?
Jones?
No, that was with the Raiders for so long that he went and got, and it was like, why is he paying that much money for him?
Oh, well, when Jones was there.
Jones, the owner.
We brought in Jones, which was the number 2 running back in Arkansas.
He was the starter, and he actually wanted him, but the Raiders got him.
I know who you're talking about.
I can't think of his name.
but the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, it was Jones, yeah.
No,
I'm talking about the guy.
The guy you're talking about, him and Jones were a 1-2 punch at Arkansas, and he wanted him first, and I can't remember his name either. It was some weird name.
It was a weird name, and I'm not even going to try to figure that out.
And then we brought him in, and it's like, dude,
he was on the back end of his career.
Yeah,
and then y'all paid money for him too.
I'm like, and you know what? At the same time, when we brought him in, I was like, dude, AP is begging to be a Cowboy,
begging, and he still showed that he. Up until last year, with the games he got in,
is a number 2 or number 3.
That's what I'm saying. The games he got in last year, he was a stud, man. Mm-hmm. He can't do it a whole season, but 5 or 6 games here to rest up Zeke.
I don't even know though that the Cowboys have a shot at winning the NFC East because you know what? Their defense has got to make a 180.
You say they got to turn totally around.
Totally around. Maybe Hooker can do it.
Here we go with Hooker again.
It's the only guy I know.
Up again. So. No, y'all got a linebacker running a 4.3, a rookie.
He's a rookie, so, I'm not putting much hope and faith in a rookie.
But y'all put it in Van Der Esch.
And he turned out for the first 2 years. then after that. But, he had a lot of injuries, and they're talking about re-signing him. So maybe he's looking good. I don't know.
I'm drinking my tea. I'm playing Kermit right now.
When he was on his game, he was a hell of a linebacker. And you know what I want to see is Jalen Smith going to turn it around.
Yeah, if that's what they're talking about.
But he's got to turn it around. Yeah. Last year was not a good year.
Dude, the defense is on the field too much, man.
I agree 100% with that.
Too much. Once Dak went down, the defense was on the field more than the offense ever. It was a reversal.
Andy Dalton was on his back, and the defense was on the field.
That's a good one. I give you that one.
That's the way it was.
Because it was the same thing with us. When Bosa went down, our defense started crumbling, and then Sherman went down, and then I can't think of the name of our safety went down, and then we lost another linebacker.
Let's not miss out on this. Sherman Williams.
No, Richard Sherman.
He
said Sherman Williams. We ain't talking about paint. Paul looked up like Sherman
Poor me.
Paul looked like paint.
Me another one.
We're not talking about houses.
Hey, no, Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
Oh, yeah.
Dude was...
Stay away from the alcohol. That's all I got to say.
Was that what it was? He was drunk?
He was drunk.
Don't be going over to people's houses.
It was... I mean... Let me say this.
I was shocked the dude pepper sprayed him and he didn't leave.
Because of the alcohol. But let me say this. A lot of things are blown out of proportion because of who you are. Mm-hmm. Who you are. There are hundreds of people every day to do the exact same thing that he did, and you never hear about it.
I agree with you there. But I also know that he's an NFL player. Mm-hmm. It's going to be magnified. He's
Seattle.
And he's a Pro Bowl player.
In Seattle, the place you left to go to their division rivals.
Right.
And you do that there.
Right. So, but I also saw that they eventually they let him out on bail, and his bail was nothing.
Nothing.
Because of all the charity work he does there.
Yeah.
So, that was cool.
But it still comes down to, as a person in the spotlight, I'm not going to just say a professional, a person in the spotlight. Charles Barkley said it perfectly. I'm not a role model, but people look up to you. People watch you. People see you. So there's things that you do that you can't do, bruh. You have to live a different lifestyle. You have to.
Well, how many times do these guys go, I wonder what would be the end result if I do this?
Nobody. Not just them, everybody.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the question we should all be asked. If I do this, let me see what options and how this turns out.
Nobody thinks of the end result. It's just right now. How I'm feeling right now. I'm pissed off right now, so I'm going to do this. And then afterwards, she's like, man, I shouldn't have done. That was some dumbass shit. But it's too late now.
That's the way I look at people with road rage.
Oh, Aaron Hernandez.
He was innocent.
Dude, he left a letter saying I'm doing this because he did that.
Somebody
man.
Forged that.
They
letter.
ain't forged nothing. Same person that got Epstein. He told me somebody forged a letter. Same person that got Epstein, huh? Come on, man.
There was one other person I want to talk about, too, and I don't remember who it was, so I guess that's going to wrap up the show.
Ain't no problem with it.
Hey, man, hope you guys enjoyed the show, and, it's that time of year where we got to throw in a little sports.
Yes.
For those who hung with us through the sports section, we appreciate it. We also want to give a shout-out to all our Patreons.
Yes.
We appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate you guys.
Make the show go on and on and on.
Every
and
episode.
So we'll be continuing the top 100 list next week.
Yes,
we
sir.
want to thank everyone who's participated in helping us come up with that list.
Yes, sir.
We started with Sean's. Next week, we're going to start mixing in, I think, Zeka and Big Adam.
Okay.
But we're going to cover at least 100. Let me tell you what, the top 100 cigars, if you haven't smoked them, these are cigars that you need to have on your list.
Write them down.
These are not sticks that you're going to want to miss.
Write them down.
Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Until next time.
Keep smoking.
Boom.